Let's find out. First period. Oh my god. Pecorine not feeling so hot right now. Russell Clausen, Dylan Dubé, and Mason. Holy shit. So the audio you just heard at the beginning of this episode was from the initial recording of this video. Unfortunately, in the middle of Game 5 overtime, I lost power for about 2 seconds, but that was enough for me to lose the file. So that episode is lost, which left me with the decision and leaves me with the decision of what to do. Do I start from the backup file at the very beginning of the series and just act like it never happened? Or do I load up from the series in progress and keep what's happened and potentially sim the second series or just continue onward with what happens next? And because the first 5 games of this series were so spectacular, and I really don't want to lose said progress, despite the fact that I can't show you guys what happened in real time, I refuse to start this over. So welcome back to another episode. We are here in our first round matchup against the Chicago Blackhawks. We have a 3-1 series lead through 4 games. As ridiculous as that is. And I will give you guys a full look at everything, but the first thing you would have noticed is that Russell Clausen is scoring at a Nikita Gusev in the Ottawa series style of pace. This new era, as I'm calling them in the interim, they have been so unbelievably good, and I think I would have, hopefully I went through, maybe I just got annoyed and didn't isolate some of the points where you guys could have heard the excitement in my voice as this team has somehow managed, and I'll show you how, because it's not all that big of a question. When I initially started the last episode, the first run of this episode, I talked about how I didn't think we were really going to have a chance because this team isn't exactly finished. It's the first year of Clausen, Lackey, Goldobin, and Mason. The defense is still developing, and of course our goaltending isn't exactly where we need it to be. Yet here we are with a 3-1 series lead, hopefully a 4-1 series lead. Hopefully we can end the series. But Tate Dwyer has a hat trick in this series. I believe it was in Game 2. He has 5 points in 4 games. Cody Glass has 5 points in 4 games. Nick Suzuki is a point a game. Russell Clausen has a hat trick in the playoffs, 6 goals in 4 games. Elijah Lackey's a point a game player. Goldobin still looking for his first goal. But Robertson, Marvin Mason's been great. Gregory Roach, and then the fourth line as well. Things have been going quite well through these 4 games, and admittedly, I'm very pissed and very upset that you guys won't have been able to have seen those 4 games, but like I said, I didn't want to miss out on the magic of what this postseason run has been thus far, where again, these players have been performing at such a high level. So, I will give you a look at the Chicago lineup before we continue on with this series. Hopefully we win it in due fashion. If we end up somehow losing this series, we will go through with the draft, which really sucks because now I don't know if the Blue Jays episode I wanted to get up as well is going to happen because it's going to take further time to freaking get videos done and render and edit. So thanks a lot to that freaking random-ass power outage blip. Kind of sucks, but it's one of those things where I could sit here and be mad about it. It's not going to solve anything, so let's go ahead and move on. The Chicago Blackhawks lineup is interesting in that, they have Logan Boyce, who is a former first-round pick, with Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane. The second line is Nick Schmaltz, Evgeny Malkin, and Charlie Vernaske, who, in fairness, at 18 years old, Chicago found a steal because he was the 14th pick in the 2022 draft, so they did very well finding him. Third line is Jimmy Vesey, Jamel Smith, and Jonathan Taves. Fourth line, Artem Anisimov, John Hayden, and defenseman Yanni Tulola. As we look at the actual defense, it's Yoki Haru with Adam Boqvist, Justin Schultz, and Connor Murphy, Patrick Nemeth with Christian Juice. Healthy scratches of Gustav Forsling, or healthy scratch, because they do have 2 injuries, Remieli and Torsten Ragnarsson. That said, the big reason as to why we have a 3-1 series lead, despite the fact that the Blackhawks almost won 50 games this season and should have disposed of us easily, This is the reason. Their goaltending is an Achilles heel. 40-year-old Pekka Rinne is playing like playoff Pekka Rinne. Jeremy Helvig was brought in relief for him, I believe in Game 2, and almost helped them get the win, but it wasn't quite enough. And that brings us to this point where, again, we are up 3-1. Initially, this game went to overtime. I can't quite remember who scored already. I mean, this has all happened in the past 10 minutes, but still, it's just kind of a blur. I don't remember who scored the goals leading us up to this Game 5 overtime. It's irrelevant now. That's all in the past. The first 3 or the first 4 games still count, but Game 5 is a clean slate. The Chicago Wolves begin their postseason journey against the Manitoba Moose. Game 1 is on the same day. Let's go ahead and get this show back on the road, I guess. As weird as this sucks, but like I said, it is what it is. We have a 3-1 series lead. I'm sorry this is so anticlimactic, but we'll see what happens. There might be a second series here. Second round series might happen in this episode. Let's do this. First period of Game 5, and the Blackhawks get the opening goal. Now, we, through the first 4 games, had been in the habit of putting up at least 3 in the first period. Doesn't happen this time. Patrick Kane gets the lone goal. They outshot us 10-7. I'm going to hate if we lose because magically there's a different sim pattern. Second period, Jamel Smith makes it 2. Jason Robertson gets us on the board. 22 shots to 17, but it's a 2-1 Blackhawks lead as we enter the third period of Game 5. Power play chance for Chicago early goes to waste. We get a chance of our own. Extended power play that we capitalize on. It's Elijah Lackey getting the goal. Tied up here. Game 5, third period. Power play chance for the Hawks goes to waste as we are under 5 minutes to go. Is this game destined for overtime yet again? It is. Let's try this again. Game 5, overtime. Will I lose power? Maybe. If I do, I'm going to lose my shit. I can tell you that much. Let's find out what's going to happen. If this team is going to win, I want to see it happen. I want to see this handshake line. I want to see that first taste of success for the new era. Whether it be Russell Clausen, Elijah Lackey, Marvin Mason, Goldobin, just the future for this team is unbelievable. And maybe even Cody Glass. I know there was the jokes about, come on, he's not going to be a captain, he's going to be traded. He might be, especially if players continue to develop as it's looking like they may develop. Overtime in Game 5. Let's see if I'm magically cursed to have this crash again. Shea Theodore goes over the line and takes a massive hit. The puck ends up getting thrown in front to Brincat on a breakaway. Big glove save from Malcolm Subban, thankfully. That was nerve-wracking. Theodore gets decked. And DeBrincat ends up on a breakaway. Boqvist absolutely crushed him. Top line be top line still. Glass against DeBrincat on the draw. Let's see here. DeBrincat wins it. Boqvist, Kane's shot is blocked away. Kane battling. Boqvist takes the hit. Tate Dwyer finds it. Nick Suzuki looking. Move. Can't find the puck. Here's Patrick Kane for Chicago. Finds DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat down low. Throws it back. Picked off. Here's Tate Dwyer for Vegas. Dwyer over the line. Loses it on the toe drag. Here's Bronstrom. Slap shot deflection. Can't beat Rinne. Dwyer throws it on. Suzuki looking. Puck intercepted by Kane. Here's Boyce. Back again. Quick 1-2s. Boyce for Chicago. Shot and another save from Subban. Couple of chances for both teams thus far. It's so weird to jump into the middle of a series like this, but them's the breaks, I do suppose, right? It had to be done. It had to be done. We'll never know. If we lose this game, maybe we would have won it in an alternate universe. Clausen, Lackey, and Goldobin are out. And Lackey technically wins the draw. Subban plays it out for Norton. Here's Goldobin. Finds Clausen. It's Lackey. Elijah Lackey robbed by Rinne. The big glove save. A good chance there for the second line where you really can't even call them a second line. They're too good to be deemed the second line. I guess in name only. Lackey takes the draw against Evgeny Malkin and wins it. Norton gets bumped off the puck, still battling, gets hooked, and the Knights go to the power play. We have a chance here to end it. Nick Schmaltz to the box. Can we end this right here and right now? Schmaltz battling Norton. Gets a bit too aggressive. Is that the opportunity that we needed? Clausen, Mason, and Roach are out there on the power play against Anisimov and Smith. Face off one. Hatainen for Clausen. Clausen finds Norton. Loose puck. Nemeth. Now Anisimov finds it. Sends it into the Vegas zone. Looked like it might have had the height to go over the boards. Not quite, though. Here's Mason. Battling. Finds his man. 3-on-1 here. It's Roach. Finds Clausen. Russell Clausen to Norton. Shot saved by Rene. Murphy. Mason takes the hit. And Rene is forced to cover. Couple of chances early on here. It's always the strangest feeling when something like that happens as far as a power outage goes. It's a rarity, but it's happened before. Because in the immediate aftermath, I'm sitting here nervous that something's going to happen again. So, who's to say? Dwyer, Glass, and Lackey are out against Taves and Vernaski. Taves wins the draw. Murphy and Taves both have trouble clearing. Hatainen finds Glass. Dwyer back to Glass. Norton. Here's Hatainen. Quick passes, Vegas looking. Hatainen steps in. Shot deflects off the defender. Nemeth able to bank it off the boards, but not all the way down. Here's Norton. 1:05 left on the Vegas power play. Norton finds Dwyer. Shot just misses Tate Dwyer. And a penalty's taken in the aftermath. Dwyer, that woman was a nightmare, by the way. Tate Dwyer very nearly ends this game and wins this series. And in the aftermath, Cody Glass will slash Connor Murphy. He goes to the box. It's 4-on-4. Dwyer, Goldobin, Boyce, and Malkin, the forwards on the ice. As the Knights win the draw. Dwyer nearly turns over, gets back. Tate Dwyer. Looking. The move. Doesn't accomplish much. Throws it across, picked off by Jokiharju. Blackhawks break out. Here's Boyce. Finds Malkin. Shot, save, big rebound. Chance, and Subban is able to cover? It's still live. I can literally see it resting against his pad. Isn't this dramatic now? And Subban finally covers. You know, maybe I won't record a follow-up after this. Maybe I'll just leave it as is. Maybe I'll just leave it as is. This has been crazy enough. Really. What the hell? This has just been so weird. Dwyer and Dubé are out against Boyce and Malkin. Dubé on the draw is able to win it. Dwyer going for it. No clearances. Tate Dwyer finds Nick Hague. He'll send it down low. Dwyer gives chase against Boqvist. Boqvist comes out with it. Justin Schultz for Malkin. Cross ice to Boyce. Boyce takes the hit from Jet Wu. Battle on the sideboards. Dwyer battling and will take a penalty. This might have been a mistake to jump in to watch this game. Tate Dwyer to the box. Big-time players taking big-time penalties. It's another slash on a stick lift attempt. Tate Dwyer to the box. It's a 4-on-3 for the Blackhawks. Soon to be a 5-on-3. Stelio Mateos is out against Kane and the Brincat. Mateos able to win the draw. Bronstrom tries to get to Mateos. He's battling Boqvist. Stelio gets it, hits it off the man, going to the bench. Delay or too many man penalty, please. DeBrincat for Schultz. Kick save from Subban. DeBrincat's pass in front's broken up. Stelio recovers and clears. 40 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Schultz has trouble though. Mateos battling for it. Here's Chicago. DeBrincat out there with Malkin. Quick shot, takes a huge hit for it, and a save by Subban. Vegas looking for an exit strategy. Can't quite find it. Pass in front, another save. Malcolm Subban rising to the occasion here like we needed him to. A couple of big-time saves as the Knights could not find a way to get the right angle for a zone exit. You see the big save and also the big hit. DeBrincat gets leveled for the sake of that scoring chance. Led to another one not that long afterwards. Nick Suzuki out against Boyce, Schmaltz, and Taves. Suzuki. Not able to win the draw. Boyce's quick pass is broken up. Still battling for it. Puck still loose. Yokiharu looking for space. Yokiharu, whatever. Cross-ice pass broken up. Taves recovers. It gets poked away. Here's Schmaltz for Boyce. Taves just flat out heals it. And Suzuki is able to clear. Glasses out of the box. 51 seconds remaining on the Dwyer penalty. Here's Connor Murphy. He'll lose it to Cody Glass. Glass looking. Cody Glass skates in. Shot and a big save by Rene. Here's Boyce for Chicago. Jonathan Taves. Back for Boyce. Quick shot and a big blocker save. Malcolm Subban getting the job done for us. Bailing us out at a crucial time. The big save there by Rene on Cody Glass. Pretty much fresh out of the box. Was able to use that speed to get the chance. Rene able to answer. It's Carpenter and Glass against Kane, DeBrincat, and Malkin. 35 seconds to go on the kill. Theodore picks it up out of the face-off circle and is able to clear. Chicago turns it over on a potential breakout. Carpenter. Glass will go to the box. Oh my God, we cannot stay out of penalty trouble. Here's Malkin, quick chance. Kick save from Subban. It feels like Malcolm's just delaying the inevitable. Cody Glass goes back to the box. Not exactly helping the thought of, oh, who are you kidding? You might trade him eventually. We might have to, especially with the morale system on, and especially if he's going to take penalties at a crucial time like this. Kane, DeBrincat, and Malkin out on the power play. Stelio takes the draw for us. And ends up with possession finally, and is able to clear. Tate Dwyer will be out in 5 seconds. Justin Schultz looking, finds Malkin. Here's Boqvist. Cross ice to DeBrincat. Takes a big hit. It's been that long, and that's a penalty apparently. It's going to be another 5-on-3. Apparently it had been a while since I had to touch the controller. That's going to be Jet Wu to the box. And this is going about as poorly as one could have expected. What was that, a charge? Boarding. I completely disagree with that being a boarding. It looked like, with that being worthy of a boarding call. Looked like he had the right angle. It's another 5-on-3 for the Hawks. Suzuki is able to clear. And again, now it really does feel like it's just a matter of time before Chicago is able to win this game and extend this series. Jonathan Taves windmills in, takes the hit. Nick Hague able to clear off the glass. 1:18 to go on the 5-on-3. Vatainen chases the defenseman. A risky play. Here comes Chicago. Boyce, Taves down the side. Back to the point, Yokiharu for Murphy. Boyce, shot goes wide. Big chance, Boyce. Shot may have gone wide again. Taves for Schmaltz. It's Boyce, back across for Schmaltz. Save by Subban. If we win this game, I think Malcolm Subban has at the very least reserved his spot as, at the very least, the backup. Maybe even the starter again, heading into next season. We'll see. That was one of the big discussion points of the first run of this episode, was just our uncertain future, especially in goal as we continue to develop players. Evgeny Malkin is the night. Malcolm Subban is playing like a man possessed right now. Stelio, a very tired Stelio Matheos, will take the draw. Or would it be Matheos, I suppose? I always heard Mateos years ago, which is why I've gone with that over the years. Shea Theodore has it. Tries to find the breakout. Malkin picks it off. Quick shot, saved by Subban. Rebound to DeBrincat jamming away. Battling with Theodore. Still a battle for it down low. DeBrincat comes up with it. Finds Malkin. It's broken up by Stelio. Theodore for Bronstrom. who is not able to clear. Boqvist gloves it down like an all-star shortstop. Patrick Kane, should have said gold glove. Patrick Kane. Schultz, shot, broken up in front. Malkin battling. It's not even fair to have Kane and Malkin on the same team. Kane in front, fans on it. Gets another chance. It's stopped by Subban. Bronstrom finds Stelio Matthews, and he's able to clear. 20 seconds to go before we're back to even strength. Will Cody Glass take another penalty is the question. Here's Kane for the Hawks. Patrick Kane, windmill broken up by Clausen. Here's Glass. He'll clear, and the Knights will be back to even strength. It's a Christmas miracle. Schmaltz for Taves, blocker save from Subban. Boyce finds it on a puck thrown up the middle. Subban is able to cover. Oh my God, can the Golden Knights get some form of momentum? As Boyce was absolutely destroyed there by Cody Glass and company. It's Clausen, Lackey, and Goldobin. The CLG line for the moment. Let's see what they can do. Defensive zone draw one. Haig for Norton. Haig, breakout pass for Goldobin. Goldobin, the one member of the new era that doesn't have a goal. Clausen a chance. Rene is able to cover. A good chance there. Elijah Lackey and company. Can they score the goal that could potentially put Pekka Rinne into retirement? Lackey against Malkin. Lackey wins the draw. Norton for Haig. Down low, Clausen tries to throw it back in front. Juice is there, finds Schmaltz on the breakout. Schmaltz looking. Shot. Subban able to kick it out. Here's Haig. Finds Goldobin, now Lackey. Back again. It's Elijah Lackey. Looking. Cuts outside. To the point it's Haig. Norton one-timer is denied. Lackey in front, and Rene makes a glove save. He throws it out. That was Russell Clausen that he denied. And now here's Talola, the defenseman playing wing. Finds Nemeth pinching. It gets broken up. Anisimov for John Hayden. Anisimov still battling forward in the slot. Hayden for Anisimov. Nemeth now at the point. Looking, space, tries to throw it in front, it's broken up. Talola recovers. Juice for Talola, now back again. It's Clausen able to pick it off. Here's Lackey. Potential 3-on-2 here. Elijah Lackey. Shot on net. Rene is able to find it and cover. As back to the real world discussion here. As my God, do the AI just throw out way too many random deeks at nonsensical times. It would be nice to see their intelligence improved. Therefore backing up the term artificial intelligence. Regardless, Robertson, Mason, and Roach are out against Vesey, Smith, and Taves. It's an offensive zone draw one. Jet Wu, Hatainen now back again. Down low for Roach. Finds its way back to the point. Looking. Roach can't throw it on. Christian Juice was there. Around the boards, it's Jonathan Taves. He'll send it around. Jet Wu is there. Finds Robertson. Loses it and takes a penalty. Tell me if you've heard that before. My God. The optimism and excitement from the last episode, you would have heard it. I'm definitely going to have to put in some of those clips from the beginning, from, again, the first recording. I'll have to put those in at the beginning of the episode, just to emphasize what a drastically different mood I was in as we go from that to a power outage, and now we're doing nothing but taking penalties in a moment where I thought we'd have a chance to potentially end the series. Right now, we can't stop shooting ourselves in the foot repeatedly. As we're lucky Glass didn't take a delay of game penalty, I wouldn't put it past him. Carpenter and Glass are out. Chicago wins the draw. Murphy. Pass broken up. Here's Schmaltz. One-timer. Subban able to find it. Carpenter sends it out. Cody Glass gives chase. Connor Murphy's there. Finds Boyce. Quick pass for Schmaltz. Taves on the far side. Puck back to Boyce. Quick set of passes here. Boyce tries a short side shot that doesn't go. Nick Hague recovers and clears. 1:23 remaining on the kill. Yoki Harju for Schmaltz. Chicago into the zone. Back to the point, it's Malkin. Puck broken up. Jokiharju throws it on. Saved by Subban. Here's Boyce, tries to throw it in front. Broken up. Subban able to cover the loose puck in front. We're almost 10 minutes in. 1:04 remaining on the power play for the Hawks. Their 5th power play of the overtime already. Because, needless to say, if there's one word you could use to describe this Golden Knights team, it's not young, it's inexperienced, and the penalties show that. Roach and Mateos take the draw. We're out there at least. Stelio can't win it. Kane battling. Patrick Kane to the point. Schultz and Malkin working. Puck thrown in front. Big hit. Puck's cleared. Patrick Kane out there again. He's been very dangerous in the series for Chicago. DeBrincat throws in the front. Malkin. Subban is there. Malcolm Subban has been tremendous in this overtime. And his stats by the end of the series, or at least to this point, I mean, one way or another, we'll take a look at the stats, even if we're going to a 6th game or not. We'll take a look. Don't know if we'll be getting to the next series now at this point, but hopefully this makes up for it. I know some people don't like the whole ridiculously long overtime live commentaries, but, you know, I can't exactly plan how long it's going to take, because I can't exactly plan the AI taking 5 damn penalties. But Malcolm Subban has been tremendous. We've seen these, oh, let's jump into overtimes and see what happens, end in literally 10 seconds of real time. So, you never quite know what you're going to get. We've also been to double overtime before. So here's Kane. Boqvist for Schultz. Back from Malkin. Saved by Subban. Tell me if you've heard that before. As Mateos is able to clear. 18 seconds remaining on the Blackhawk power play. DeBrincat. The Brindacat. Throws it into Malkin's skates. He recovers. Kenny Malkin for Boyce. Picked off by Jet Wu and cleared. The Golden Knights are even, but for how long? It's Boyce for Chicago. Alex DeBrincat. We've seen a lot of them in this overtime thus far. DeBrincat, quick shot. Rebound chance. Malkin can't pull the trigger. Here's Boqvist. Looking. Nearly loses it. Boqvist taking a tour of the zone. Around the back, Malkin, quick shot, kick save. Cody Glass is there for the rebound. He finds Clausen on the breakout. Russell Clausen can't throw it across. Still battling. Recovered, it's Elijah Lackey battling Schmaltz. Robertson out there as well. Clausen has a chance. I nearly thought we were going to take another penalty. Blackhawks on the breakout, they'll send it in. Shea Theodore. Finds Lackey, now Bronstrom. Russell Clausen. For Goldobin. Still looking for his first playoff goal. Goldobin in front. Lackey throws it on. Kick save by Rene. Clausen still battling. Tries to throw it in front for Goldobin. Doesn't go. Schultz to Schmaltz. And now Anisimov. Artem Anisimov sends it around. Theodore's there. Finds Lackey. Quick pass up to Clausen. Still out there. Russell. Looking. Throws a shot in on Rene. Kick save. There's a rebound there that Shea Theodore is able to find. Theodore for Norton. Has trouble against Tolola. Puck exits the zone. Still battling for possession. Norton comes up with it. Isaiah Norton. Stepping up. Looking for an option. Norton cuts in. Can't beat Rene, who plays it out. Here's John Hayden. This is ridiculous. Artem Anisimov. Looking, drops back for Boqvist. Chance, he doesn't pull the trigger. Murphy throws it on. Loose puck in front's punched out. Anisimov. It's Cody Glass. Puck finds its way around the back of the net. Chicago battling for it. John Hayden comes up with it. Steps in, tries to go 5 holes. Subban stands tall. Makes the save. 7:02 remaining in this overtime. This has been a war of attrition thus far, and again, somehow, Chicago has yet to win this game, despite numerous power play chances. It's a tired first line for the Knights against a relatively full-strength third line for the Hawks. Although the Knights come up with the draw, here's Nick Suzuki. Finds Tate Dwyer back again. Suzuki looking. Boqvist finds it. Hits Jimmy Vesey on the pass. He'll dump it in. Here's Norton. Around the back. Chicago comes up with it. Vesey. Still battling. Smith for Taves to the point. It's Christian Juice. Slap shot deflected. Stopped still by Subban. Robertson. Carrying him for the Knights. Back and forth. Drops back. Mason for Suzuki. Can't get the shot off with the traffic. Here's Jimmy Vesey again. Jonathan Taves gets destroyed by Hatainen as he steps over the line. Nick Suzuki for Robertson. Suzuki and a big kick save by Rinne. Chicago back over the line. It's Kane for the Brincat and a big stop by Subban. Will play it out for Jet Wu. Mason battling with Patrick Kane on the back pressure. Hatainen over the line, gets slashed by Kane, and it's a role reversal. The Vegas Golden Knights go to the power play. Patrick Kane to the box. Is this the opportunity that we needed? I have sat here for much longer than expected, waiting for this team to find a way to score, waiting to see this victorious handshake line. Can Klassen, Mason, and Roach deliver? Hatainen for Klassen, back again. Hatainen slap shot, knocked down. Mason, not able to tuck it home. It's around the back of the net. Mason recovers and finds Roach. Here's Norton. Isaiah Norton, slap shot goes wide. Nemeth gets hooked, I do believe. Here comes Vernaski for the Hawks, and indeed, it's another penalty on the Golden Knights. Chicago, 5-on-5 here. Can take the risk. Murphy plays it down for Anisimov. Here's Nemeth. For Murphy. Slap shot. Save by Subban. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 22 seconds. I believe that's Mason going to the box. And indeed it is. It's another hooking call. No discipline from the young Golden Knights. Lackey and Suzuki are out against Vernaski and DeBrincat. DeBrincat wins the draw against Suzuki. Here's Murphy. Slap shot goes wide. Vegas recovers, finds Nick Hague. The big man carries in. Channel Hall of Famer Nick Hague sends it around. Loose puck. Lackey still battling for it. Here's Nick Suzuki. Tries to throw it in front. Murphy was there, taking the pass away from Lackey. Alex DeBrincat. Stepping in. Space. Blocker. Save from Subban. Vernaski, the rookie, battling. DeBrincat still there. Has a chance. Shea Theodore comes up with it. Theodore leading the rush. Finds Cody Glass. Back for Bronstrom. Glass again. Cody Glass. Chance to shoot. Save by Rinne. We haven't had too many chances, but there have been some big saves from Pekka Rinne. Here's Alex DeBrincat. Tries to cut in. Tate Dwyer's there. Dwyer will carry all the way in. Tate Dwyer for Bronstrom. Glass. Can't. He does get the shot off. Rinne able to make the save. Couldn't get the initial chance away. Vernaski. Yoki Harju now. Steps in. Finds space. Save. And the rebound taken care of by Theodore. Kane's out of the box in 7 seconds. Here's Bronstrom. Back across. Cody Glass and another save by Pekka Rinne. Kane will be out of the box in 1 second. We are 16 minutes and 1 second into this overtime. The drastic change in tone, in just presentation for this episode, it's unbelievable. Dwyer and Glass are out. A huge face-off here for Cody Glass against Alex DeBrincat. Can he win it? He can. Glass for Hatainen. Back again, D-to-D passes. Dwyer, risky pass is picked off. Here come the Hawks. They're on the power play for 30 seconds. It's Schultz. Over. Tried to hit Vesey, I believe. Boqvist finds DeBrincat. Schultz, now Patrick Kane, back to the point. Looking around the back of the net, it's Vesey. Puck broken up. The pass intended for the Brincat. Jimmy Vesey steps in and snipes it. One penalty too many. The Chicago Blackhawks take it. There will be a Game 6. back in Vegas. All of that just to be disappointed. Too many penalties. That is the story. We will go to a game 6. Hopefully it ends up being anticlimactic for the Blackhawks, as I hope we can get back to our winning ways in that next game. But a very, very frustrating live look at what happened here, as Jimmy Vesey is the one who's able to end it. He's just allowed to walk in right in number 43's face. And that was that. Malcolm Subban did everything he could to keep the team in it, but it was not enough. Rinne gets a first-star performance. 57 saves for Malcolm Subban. I don't think anyone's blaming him for that loss. Like I said, the change in tone and optimism from the initial recording to this, not necessarily redo, but this continuation is drastic. Thankfully, the Chicago Wolves won 2-1 in overtime. So they win their first game. But we go to a very important Game 6. A chance to end this series on home ice. Russell Claesson, I believe that's his first game where he did not score. But if you want to look at what Malcolm Subban's done, he's been pretty solid. He hasn't been lights out, but he's been pretty damn solid. There was the talk of this team, whether or not we're good enough now. You know, the fact that we made the playoffs is pretty good, but no expectation of playoff success. But when we look at how this team started this series, the expectation's there because we're good enough. Very clearly, we can win this series. It's just a matter of whether or not we get the job done. Let's find out if we can. First period of Game 6, and that is a damn good start for Chicago. Jimmy Vesey continues where he left off. Dwyer scores 57 seconds later, but with 46 seconds left in the period, Patrick Kane makes it 2-1, 8 shots apiece, the early advantage to the Blackhawks. Second period, and the Blackhawks score again. Jamel Smith, 19 shots to 18 in our favor. We are down 3-1 on the board. Is there a late comeback on the cards, or are we going to a 7th game in Chicago? Needless to say, I will be heartbroken if things go poorly, because you would have heard it. Malkin makes it 4. We're going to Game 7. You would have heard just the joy, the happiness, the optimism. But Chicago takes Game 6 by the score of 4-1. Jimmy Vesey with a 3-point night. The offense has dried up as a 40-year-old Pekka Rinne is shutting the door. And we might have to consider some lineup changes here just to spark something. Subban, we're still going to trust him. We have no choice but to trust him. Talked about how he was doing all right, and that's apparently not the case. We'll have to split up the second and third pairing. Let's swap Wu and Norton. And then as far as these lines are concerned, that third line needs to be split up. Yeah, the third line needs to be split up. Let's go with Dubé over Robertson. And then we are going to put Dwyer, Lackey, and Claesson together. We're going to split up the 1-2-3 line. And we'll see if we can get anything going. Yeah, that'll be the right way to do it. Center's going to be Russell Claesson just for his defensive ability. And the best shot on this line does belong to Cody Glass, but he is also the best center. We'll have Nick Suzuki be on that strong side. Let's see what happens. Game 7. And one of the strangest episodes I think we're ever going to have. We started this series with a little optimism. Early on, the kids proved that they were good enough to be here. But there's a difference between being good enough to be here and winning. Let's see if they can get the job done. Game 7 back in Chicago. First period is scoreless. They doubled us up in shots, so I do give us the slight edge for the fact that we haven't, let up a goal and that we're not losing yet. But obviously momentum is in Chicago's favor. Second period, will we have our first goal of the game? Yes, we will. It's Evgeny Malkin, a minute and a half in. But Dwyer and Claesson both strike the top line, delivering 2 unanswered goals, 24 shots to 21. We have the lead, Heading into the third period, can we get the job done? Early power play chance for the Hawks, which is not surprising given what happened in the last game. Or 2 games ago, I should say. 12 minutes remaining. And Elijah Lackey makes it 3. Malkin gets it back seconds later. 8 minutes left. This is going to go down to the wire. Power play here. We can't do anything with it. 2:12 remaining. I want to jump in to see this damn handshake line, and I don't know if I will. 8 seconds left. I'm not going to load it up for the sake of a celebration because there's no celebration to be had. Alex DeBrincat scores with 2 seconds left to force overtime. 33 shots apiece. 3 all. On the... Oh my god. We are going to overtime in Game 7. We are going to overtime in Game 7. From a very impressive first 4 games, we lose in Game 5, we lose in Game 6, we are 2 seconds away from winning this series, yet now we face overtime on the road, Game 7. This is it. Absolutely ridiculous as DeBrincat wins the opening draw. Oh my god, if we blow this, which wouldn't surprise me given the goaltending. Yoki Harju cross ice to DeBrincat. And a huge glove save just 10 seconds in from Malcolm Subban. I mentioned numerous times, if anything, overlooking this series. Chicago wins another draw. If anything, overlooking this series, being more excited for the upcoming postseason, as there was just so much to get to. So much to get to as far as establishing this team for the future. Yet through those first 4 games, I was instilled with a whole lot of confidence. Subban's able to find it. You never know when those are going to sneak in. I was instilled with so much confidence as the young guns on this team delivered and brought us to within 1 game of the second round. But after that power outage, it's been nothing but downhill. Patrick Kane is denied. Subban flashing the leather. I mean, at the very least, again, he's going to be our backup next year, but Jesus. Unbelievable. DeBrincat against Klassen. DeBrincat wins again. Boqvist. Puck all the way in on Subban. He kicks it away. Theodore battling DeBrincat. Finds its way to Tate Dwyer. To the young Golden Knights. Have what it takes. Tate Dwyer shot. Saved by Rinne. And he'll be forced to cover. As Yoki Harju, wearing an A, by the way, is unable to get rid of it. Ridiculous. Oh my god. There's so much. There's so much. The low expectations to then having high expectations and just, I don't know. Suzuki, Glass, and Goldobin are out. Another face-off win for the Hawks. Vernaski will carry in. Drops back to the point. Boqvist. Chicago looking for a shooting lane. Won't find it. Goldobin picks off the pass. Here's Nick Suzuki. Suzuki. Goldobin and a big save by Rinne. Glass is still fighting for it. Risking a penalty as he took so many times before. Boqvist tries to cut in. Puck ends up around the back of the Vegas goal. Pass in front for Schmaltz is broken up. Here's Boqvist. Steps in. Subban able to find and cover it. Face-off coming in the Vegas zone. Oh my god. I thought we were going to get smashed by Chicago, and then it turned out to be a very winnable series, and now here we are. Game 7, our first test, this new era. It's our first real test. Here's Nick Suzuki. Over the line. Drops back. Haig is denied. The Channel Hall of Famer. A near game-winning, series-clinching goal. Here's Goldobin, tries to flip it up to the point, battling Jet Wu. Wu will lose it. Haig forced to give chase. He'll recover it. Battling, though, on the sideboards. Here's Schultz. Finds Jonathan Taves. Puck deflected by Jet Wu. Quick breakout finds Dubé. 2-on-1. Here's Roach. Battling. Unable to get the shot off. VC now Murphy for Chicago. Jimmy VC again. Scored the overtime winner in Game 5. Loses the puck to Isaiah Norton. Here's Dylan Dubé. It's Mason. Looking. Quick give and go at the point. Cross ice pass. Dubé shot broken up. Here's John Hayden for the Hawks. Tolola. Still up on offense. Battling with it. Chicago still has possession. It's John Hayden. Tolola pass in front. And Artem Anisimov scores the winner. The Chicago Blackhawks come back from 3-1 down to win the series in 7. And it's our first real disappointment with this new era. The new era begins, and unfortunately things don't exactly go our way. I honestly can't help but wonder, had I not had to restart things, because there's always that concern when you're on a roll, if you restart the game, does that change anything about the way the sim's going to play out? And maybe it did. 4-3 final. Chicago takes Game 7. We are out in the first round. And again, in terms of a real-world lesson learned. As we went up against a way more experienced team, had them on the brink, and could not seal the deal, unfortunately. As Klassen had 9 points in 7 games. And really, it might come down to Malcolm Subban. It's a tough call. Yeah, Subban wasn't good enough, but we knew that, right? We knew that. 9-14 wasn't going to win it. You saw what his save percentage was through 4 games, though. Malcolm Subban at his best can win us that series. We didn't get Malcolm Subban at his best. And when talking about what this team is going to look like in the future, again, our defense still needs to develop. Some guys had a decent enough series, like there is some promise here, even especially with someone like Isaiah Norton, but they still need to develop, and the top 6, really the forward core in general, isn't exactly sorted out yet. Whether it be Nick Suzuki, Cody Glass, we don't know what's going to happen with them with the morale system on. Like, we're going to have to choose between Glass, Suzuki, Mason, and Roach, all of whom are second-line roles. So people are going to have to go. That might help us bring in the goaltending help that we need, maybe a bit of defensive help that we need. Of course, the Chicago Wolves are in the playoffs right now, and we'll see what they can do. But when you look at someone like Dominic Verbata coming up, we have another draft coming up, this team is still in the early stages. There's still a lot of work to be done. But I said this when we were up 3-1 before I had to restart the episode. This is a good sign. Losing sucks. But if you look at what Russell Klassen did, when you look at what the other young players of this team did, there's a chance for this next decade plus of this series to be very, very special. Or this could be the first of many, many heartbreaks. I am going to end this series here. Sorry for just kind of how disjointed this episode was. There's nothing I can do about it, though. Hopefully it was still somewhat enjoyable. We'll continue on. In the next episode, we'll go through the offseason and get this team set up for the next season. We'll also pay attention to what's going on with the Chicago Wolves, because they are moving on as they swept Manitoba in 3 games. So we have a lot to look forward to moving forward. For now, I'll bid you adieu. Thank you very much for watching. You know the deal. Support the video, support the channel, click the bell, check out everything in the description, and I will see you guys soon.